A golden chandelier hums overhead, scattering 1,000 fractured stars across crystal glass and porcelain plates. The air tastes of roses and champagne, sweet, suffocating, fake. Olivia Bennett, late 20s, sits near the end of the table, quiet, poised, a blue gown wrapping her like armor. Around her, relatives dressed in confidence, greed, and gossip. Aunt Valerie, powdered and proud, leans back in her chair, her voice slicing through the laughter. She's just here for the free food. The laughter hits instantly, sharp, echoing, endless. Glasses clink, forks scrape. Someone snorts. At the far end, Mother Karen freezes mid-bite. Her fork trembles. Her smile stays like cracked porcelain. Her eyes, pleading, wet, beg her daughter not to respond. Olivia doesn't flinch. She smiles. The chandelier flickers, light trembling across her calm face. The room quiets, waiting for blood. Olivia, you always talk like you know everything about me, Aunt Valerie. Maybe it's time you updated your information. A few nervous chuckles, the kind that smell of fear. Valerie smirks, red lips gleaming. Oh, sweetheart, denial is empowerment. You're not fooling anyone. Laughter again, polite, poisonous. Karen looks down, pretending to fix her bracelet. Her silence screams louder than the laughter. Camera pans around the table. Faces half-lit, half-shadowed. The same cousins who once shared toys now share cruelty. The air grows thick with judgment. Olivia folds her napkin, precise. Her eyes drift upward, to the chandelier that won't stop shaking, as if even the lights are ashamed. Then, a low, mechanical whir. A man in a black suit steps into frame. Ryan, 30s, clean-cut, professional. Earpiece glints behind his ear. He leans close to Olivia, voice respectful but firm. Miss Bennett, your helicopter is ready. We can depart whenever you're ready. The hall freezes. Laughter dies like a switch flipped. Forks hover mid-air. Valerie blinks, confused. What? Olivia doesn't rush. She sets down her glass with the grace of someone who's already won. Thank you, Ryan. Give me a minute. Yes, ma'am. He steps back, silent sentinel. All eyes now orbit Olivia. She rises slowly. The midnight blue fabric of her gown ripples, catching the chandelier light like water. Excuse me. Seems I have somewhere to be. You're joking, right? A helicopter? Since when? Olivia's gaze cuts clean through her. Since I stopped explaining myself. Silence drops heavy as thunder. Even the waiter at the far corner stops moving. Camera. Tracking shot. Olivia glides past the table. The murmurs follow, whispers blooming like weeds. She's lying. Who calls her ma'am? What is happening? The gold double doors swing open. Exterior mansion grounds. Night. Wind howls across the manicured lawn. The rhythmic thump, thump, thump of rotor blades fills the air, beating like a war drum. A sleek black helicopter waits, blades slicing moonlight. Olivia steps into the wind. Her hair lifts, haloed in silver. She pauses, glancing back at the doorway. Valerie stands frozen, clutching her purse, her mask of superiority cracking. Karen, the mother, looks at her daughter as if seeing her for the first time. Karen, voice trembling, Olivia, where are you going? Olivia meets her eyes, calm, unbroken. Home. Some of us actually built one. Camera close on Karen's face. A flicker of shame, pride, disbelief. Olivia turns, strides toward the helicopter. Ryan holds the door open, the rotor's wind tearing through her gown. She steps in. The door seals shut. The blades roar, drowning every voice below. Aerial shot. The mansion shrinks beneath, the party now tiny sparks of gold fading into darkness. Inside, Ryan leans slightly forward, headset glinting. Ryan, destination confirmed, ma'am? Olivia stares out the window. The city lights stretch beneath like molten veins. Yes. Let's go to the office. I want to review the acquisition before the market opens. Ryan nods. Understood. Olivia leans back, eyes reflecting the skyline. The hum of power fills the cabin. Cut to. Exterior city skyline. Night. The helicopter cuts across skyscrapers, slicing through clouds. Far below, laughter fades into insignificance. The music, the champagne, the fake smiles, all dissolve into memory. Olivia Vio. They mocked the woman they thought was struggling, but tonight they'll learn the truth. The empire they depend on belongs to me. The helicopter settles on a glowing H. Wind lashes the glass crown of the skyscraper. The letters Bennett Holdings burn white against steel and sky. Door opens. Ryan steps out first, hand extended. Olivia emerges, midnight gown, steady breath, war-quiet poise. Her heels click against concrete like a metronome counting down. Ryan. Welcome back, ma'am. Olivia. Let's finalize the Brooks account tonight. A brief hesitation crosses Ryan's face. Respect mixed with worry. Ryan. Are you sure you want to do that now? Olivia. Especially now. They cross to the stairwell door. It swings open to Interior, Bennett Holdings, Executive Floor, Night. Minimalist elegance. Floor-to-ceiling glass, the city draped beneath like a jeweled blanket. Quiet hum of servers behind a glass wall. The place smells faintly of lavender and new paper. Assistants at skeleton night shift straighten when Olivia passes. No one speaks. They don't need to. The building knows who its gravity is. Ryan deposits a thick folder on Olivia's matte black desk. Brooks Realty pending your signature. Asset list, subsidiary map, debt ladder, personal guarantees. All green. Olivia slides into the chair, command incarnate. She flips pages, the Brooks family empire unspooling in columns and codes, mortgage trusts, supply lines, a wedding venue circled in quiet red. Her reflection stares back at her from the glass, a calm stranger forged in sleepless fire. Insert. Memory flashes 3 years ago. A crammed apartment. Bill envelopes rubber-banded into a brick of dread. A voicemail. We're so sorry for your loss. A wake where Aunt Valerie's condolence is a smile with knives. Thomas Reed, late 50s. Gentle. Sitting at a cafe table. Thomas, soft, certain. Your father believed in you. I do too. He kept me quiet. I won't be. He slides a key across. A ledger. A path. Back to present. Olivia lifts the pen. Pauses. The city breathes against the glass. Olivia, quiet. For every word you threw at me. She signs. Ink glides like a blade. Ryan. I'll push it live. Olivia. Transfer all assets to our name by morning. No leaks, no noise. Ryan nods, leaves with purpose. Olivia remains, alone with the hush. Phone buzzes. Mom, are you home? She flips the phone face down. The city keeps glittering, indifferent. Interior, Bennett Holdings, Ops War Room. Later night. A digital map of entities glows across an 8-meter screen. Arteries of money, cap tables branching like roots. A small night team sits spaced apart, headphones on, eyes locked. Ryan stands at the front, issuing surgical instructions. File the UCC ones. Sweep escrow at 0859. Transfer deed on the North Crest venue. Keep counsel in the loop but off Slack. Phones only. He catches Olivia in the doorway. She says nothing. She doesn't have to. The screen flickers to a consolidated dashboard stamped Bennett. Someone inhales sharply. Even numbers look different when they belong to a person with a memory. Interior Olivia's office, pre-done. The sky bruises from black to cobalt. Olivia stands at the window, New York yawning awake below. Her hand rests on a framed photo half hidden behind a book. Olivia plus Dad, a lakeside afternoon, two smiles uncomplicated by the future. Elevator ding. Ryan returns, loosened tie, pulse steady. It's done. At market open, the filings hit. By 9, control is complete. We should expect noise. Olivia. Noise is not a problem. She closes the photogram like a secret. Internal, Bennett Holdings, boardroom, 9:02 a.m. Glass-walled, sunlit, austere. Olivia sits at the head. The door bangs open. Robert Brooks, 50s, storm-tired, jaw clenched, tie askew. A man who owned rooms, now begging them. Robert, you can't do this. His voice shakes the glass. He slaps a stack of papers onto the table. Printed filings, fresh ink. Robert, ragged. Overnight? Who does an acquisition overnight? Olivia doesn't rise. She lets his anger evaporate against her composure. Olivia, people who were taught to wait in the lobby. He flinches. Robert, you'll ruin my family. Olivia, your wife tried that to mine with a fork and a smile. He blinks, not understanding and understanding everything. Robert, whatever happened between you and Valerie? Olivia, soft, sharp. Between me and your balance sheet, Mr. Brooks. She stands. The room tilts toward her. Olivia, I'm not here for revenge. I'm here for respect. But if the only language you speak is loss, I'm fluent. Robert's breath shortens. He looks smaller than the suit he's wearing. Robert, pleading, give me time. Olivia, time is a privilege you squandered. You'll get terms. You will not get mercy disguised as leniency. Silence grows teeth. The intercom buzzes. Assistant, OS. Miss Bennett, your 10 o'clock has arrived. Olivia doesn't ask who. The door opens anyway. Aunt Valerie steps in. Armor on, lipstick steady, pupils blown. She prepared to win a conversation and walked into a verdict. She clocks Robert, clocks the papers, then Olivia. A microsecond of naked fear. Valerie. Olivia, what is this? Olivia, gentle as winter. Welcome to Bennett Holdings. Please sit. It won't take long. Valerie doesn't sit. She stares at the folder with her husband's name, the wedding venue's name. Her hand trembles. Clutch turns white. Valerie. This is illegal. Olivia. It's public. Efficient. Clean. Valerie. Laughs once. Brittle glass. All because of last night? Because I said... Olivia. Because you taught me what people sound like when they think I'm powerless. She steps closer. No raise in volume. Only gravity. You wanted an audience? Here we are. Valerie's gaze snags on a photo on the shelf. Olivia, younger, with her father. The lake. The smiles. Something slides in Valerie's face. Not guilt. Not yet. Recognition of the person she tried to erase. Valerie. Smaller. What do you want? Olivia. Silence. And space I don't have to explain. A beat. Valerie swallows. You paid for that wedding venue? Olivia. Technically, I owned it. Valerie's spine folds a centimeter. Robert steps forward, desperate. We have staff, mortgages, families tied to this place. Olivia looks at him. Her gaze doesn't soften, but it steadies. I won't gut the company. I'll run it. Better. Your employees have a future. whether you do, is performance-based. He exhales, fury curdled into a fragile, grateful hate. You're your father's daughter. That lands. Olivia's eyes flicker, a tiny quake beneath ice. She masks it. Meeting's over. Robert leaves, shoulders dropped, phone already to his ear. Valerie doesn't move. The door clicks shut behind Robert, leaving the two women alone in the bowl of glass and mourning. Valerie whispered, "I was cruel." "Yes. You can't imagine what it's like to—" She stops. The lie tastes wrong. "No, you can. You always had—" Scoffs at herself. "Grace, people liked you. Even when you had nothing. I hated that." She looks around the office, the clean lines, the empire that smells like lavender and light. "Since when? Did you build all this?" Olivia studies her. The answer is years of nights no one noticed. "Olivia, since you weren't looking." A long beat. Wind fingers the glass. Far below, horns knit into a morning hymn. Valerie reaches into her bag, wrestling with a decision that has kneecapped her for years. A small, worn envelope appears, edges softened by time. Handwriting on the front, "To Olivia." Olivia's breath catches. The world halts a millimeter. "Valerie, when your father died, this came to our house by mistake. I told myself you didn't need it, that you didn't deserve it." A swallow of shame. "I was wrong." She places the envelope on the table, like an organ donation. Olivia doesn't touch it. Not yet. Tears don't come. They're stuck behind 15 bolts. "Olivia, why now?" "Valerie, because power finally made you louder than my pride." The line slips out of Valerie like confession. Ryan appears at the door, sees the moment, fades back without a word. Olivia's fingers finally find the envelope. She feels every groove of her father's pen. She doesn't open it, not yet. Not while Valerie is watching who she is when no one's around. "Olivia, you'll resign today." Valerie nods, quick, like penance might buy a fraction of air. "Olivia, you'll issue a public apology, not to me, to everyone you stepped on your way to a view you never earned." Valerie's lips part, a protest curls and dies. "Valerie, and then?" "Olivia, then you learn to live with what you did." Silence lays its coat over the room. Valerie's eyes gloss. She looks smaller, truer, less dangerous. Valerie, raw. "Olivia, I'm sorry." Olivia absorbs it. Doesn't soften, doesn't strike. "Olivia, prove it." She gathers the envelope. The paper is warm from Valerie's hand, cold from the morning. Olivia turns at a window. The city offers its endless face. Behind her, the door opens, closes. Valerie is gone. Ryan steps in, quiet. Press is calling. 10 outlets. They want a quote. Olivia watches a sunbeam slide down a tower across the avenue. The light finds a window cleaner halfway up, a man in a harness, trusting a cable with his life. Olivia. No statement. Ryan. Understood. He lingers when, "Are you okay?" Olivia considers the envelope in her hand, a weight that isn't heavy, just exact. Olivia. Ask me after I read this. Ryan nods, retreats. Olivia turns the envelope over. Under the flap, a slanted scrawl. Kindness isn't weakness. She inhales like a diver at the edge.
Interior, Bennett Holdings, Olivia's office, late morning. The city glitters behind the glass, bright enough to dazzle, merciless enough to blind. Olivia stands alone. the worn envelope in her hand, small as a secret, heavy as a verdict. She slides a finger under the flap, peeper whispers, the seal gives. A folded letter emerges. Edges yellowed, her father's handwriting a steady river across the page. She sits, breath held. Insert letter, handwritten. My dearest Olivia, if you're reading this, I failed to say what I should have said when I was breathing beside you. You have more strength than any figure on a balance sheet, more grace than any room can teach. The world will call your kindness a weakness because it needs an excuse for its own cruelty. Don't let them be right. Build your world, but don't lose your heart building it. Thomas will help you. Trust him. He kept my secrets because they were yours first. I love you. Not for what you earn or own, but for how you stayed gentle in a house that rewarded noise. When it hurts, step outside and look at the sky. It tells the truth. Everything moves, and so will you. Dad. Olivia's eyes hover over the last line like a hand that won't touch fire twice. Tears threaten, she swallows them like medicine. Footsteps pause at the door. A soft knock. Ryan, OS. May I? Olivia. Give me a minute. A beat. The footsteps retreat. Silence returns, full of past and possibility. Olivia refolds the letter with a surgeon's care, presses it flat with her palm like sealing a cut. She stands and crosses to the window. The city hurls sunlight at her reflection, a woman perfectly composed, except for the wet at the edge of her lashes. Her phone buzzes on the desk. She ignores it. Another buzz, then a third, insistently human. She checks. Mom. She answers. Olivia. Mom. A breath on the other end. Fragile. Karen V.O. Are you alone? Olivia. Yes. Karen V.O. I saw a clip online. People are saying your name like it belongs to them. Beat. And Valerie? She sent me a message. She said you were generous. Silence. Olivia doesn't help her. Karen continues, voice breaking open. Karen V.O. I should have defended you. I should have told her to shut her mouth last night and every night before. I kept thinking if I stayed quiet, the storm would pass. It only taught them I agreed. Olivia's jaw tightens. Olivia. The worst part wasn't them. It was your silence. A soft sob. Karen V.O. I know, I'm sorry. If there's a way back, I'll take it. Beat. Did he leave you anything? Your father? Olivia looks at the letter. The edges glow in the morning. Olivia. He left me a map. I finally opened it. Karen V.O. Is it enough? Olivia's voice turns quiet metal. It has to be. She ends the call gently, like closing a door so the room can sleep. She tucks the letter into the inner pocket of her blazer, close to the bone. Exterior executive corridor. Continuous. Olivia strides down a hall of shadow and light. Staff glance up, then away. She's a weather system passing through. Ryan falls into step beside her, reading her speed, not her face. Ryan. Media requests just doubled. Valerie submitted resignation. The apology is drafted. She asked if you wanted to review. Olivia. No. Let her choose her own words. She never has. Ryan. And Brooke's leadership? Olivia. Interim team from operations, the ones who keep lights on when executives play hero. Ryan. That'll rattle donors and friends. Olivia. I'm not fundraising. I'm correcting. They stop at the elevator. Doors open like a mouth. They step in. Interior, elevator, descent. Mirrored walls reflect her several times, each one a degree colder or braver or more tired. Ryan watches her in the stainless steel. Ryan, last night at the venue, I noticed you didn't smile when we lifted. Olivia, I wasn't leaving. I was escaping. Ryan, today? A beat. The cable hums. I'm not running anymore. He nods. The elevator lands. Interior, Brooks Realty. Main lobby, late morning. The building breathes anxiety. Cameras cluster like insects near the reception. Security holds them at a respectful distance. Employees whisper. Olivia walks through noise like it's air. Ryan stays behind her shoulder, the consonant in her sentence. In the main hall, a crowd. Staff from every floor. On a small platform, a mic, a stand, nothing else. Olivia steps up. No notes, no teleprompter. The room gradually stills from curiosity into attention. I bought this company because I can run it well. I bought it overnight because I had to. But I'm not here to swing an axe through people who showed up and did the work. Heads lift. Eyes meet hers. Promotions will favor the overlooked. The ones who kept this place alive while credit took the elevator to the executive floor. Murmurs. Surprise, relief, doubt, hope, all braided together. I was humiliated last night in a room full of family, not for the first time. I don't need your sympathy, I need your trust. I'll earn it, or I won't, but I won't buy it with fear. A silence settles, not empty, listening. From the back of the crowd, Valerie appears. No camera makeup, no defense. She hovers at the edge, hands folded like someone learning to pray. The room parts unconsciously as she steps forward. Olivia doesn't flinch. Valerie climbs the platform, stops a pace away from the mic. She doesn't touch it. She turns to Olivia. May I? Olivia studies her, then nods. Valerie faces the hall. My name is Valerie Brooks. I hurt people because it made me feel taller. Last night, I humiliated my niece in front of a room full of witnesses because I wanted to feel like I owned the air. I didn't, and I don't. The words bang around the room, looking for a place to sit. Valerie has submitted my resignation. I owe apologies I can't finish in one lifetime. If I ever made you smaller so I could feel large, I'm sorry. Not as strategy, as confession. She steps back. No bow, no pity bid. Just the cost of truth paid in public. The staff are stone still. Then a hand claps. Another. Not applause for spectacle, acknowledgement of a thing that rarely happens. A wolf showing its throat. Valerie turns to Olivia, eyes wet. Thank you for not becoming me. Olivia meets her gaze. No triumph, no cruelty. Just the fatigue of a general after the battle, seeing the field full of men who will go home limping. Wounds are loud. So is repair. Do the second now. Valerie nods, leaves the platform, disappears into the crowd. Olivia steps back to the mic.
I won't be defined by what hurt me. Neither will this company. Effective today, we're elevating a new management slate based on merit and institutional memory. If you've been invisible, come talk to me or Ryan. We see you now. She steps down. The room exhales. Interior, Brooks Realty, Robert's former office. Moments later. Sunlight stripes the carpet. The desk is an altar without a priest. Olivia stands by the window. Ryan closes the door behind them. That could have been a press conference for your legend. You made it a repair shop. Legend is just fame with a ghostwriter. I want a business that works. He watches her face soften, just enough to be a risk. What did the letter say? Olivia taps her blazer pocket where paper touches skin. Build your world. Don't lose your heart building it. Ryan smiles. Not approval, recognition. So, what now? Olivia looks down at the street, small lives moving with enormous meaning. I'm gonna call my mother. You want privacy? I want a witness. I've lived too long alone in rooms full of people. Ryan nods, stays. Olivia dials. The call connects. Karen? I'm ready to talk. Not as daughter to judge, as two women who survived the same house. Silence. Then the sound of someone finally letting a breath go they've been holding since they were 20. I'm on my way. No. Soft. Let's meet at the lake. Ryan looks at her. Question, not challenge. The lake? He taught me to look at the sky there. They share a small, human smile, the kind that chooses the long road instead of the exit. Olivia turns, hand on the door. She stops. Ryan. Yes, ma'am? Thank you for knowing when not to speak. Thank you for knowing when to. She leaves. He watches the door shut closely, then checks his watch, already building the scaffolding of her mercy into operations. Exterior city street. Afternoon. A black car idles at the curb. Olivia steps out of the revolving door into wind and sun. Reporters angle forward, questions like locusts, but she doesn't turn. She gets in the car. Interior. Car moving. The city passes in bright shards. Her phone buzzes, messages, headlines, requests. She sets it face down. Breathes. She pulls the letter from her pocket one last time, reads the final line, then folds it smaller, sliding it into her wallet as if tucking a seed into soil. She looks out the window. The skyline gives way to lower roofs, then trees, then the suggestion of water. Olivia Vio. Kindness isn't weakness. It's a choice you make when you could choose anything else. Her eyes close, not to escape, to arrive. Smash cut to. Exterior, lakeside, golden hour. Imagined. The shore from the photograph. Wind on water. A blue sky large enough to keep promises. The lake from the photograph stretches in front of her, a mirror of molten amber. Wind stirs the reeds. Olivia stands at the same worn dock where her father once taught her to skip stones. She holds one now, thumb tracing its smoothness, watching circles vanish into calm water. A car door shuts behind her. She turns. Karen steps out slowly. The years between them hang visible. Grief, guilt, and the weight of unspoken words. I didn't think you'd really come. I used to say the lake forgives noise. I wanted to test that. They both laugh softly, a sound unused to itself. Karen walks to the edge, eyes glistening in the sunset's reflection. Valerie came by this morning. She told me what happened. The company, the letter. I didn't know she kept it. Neither did I. Maybe that's how she lived with herself. They stand shoulder to shoulder, silent for a moment as geese slice across the sky. I'm sorry, Liv, for every time I stayed quiet. I thought silence was peace. It wasn't. It was permission. I know. I used to think revenge would sound like freedom. Turns out it sounds like loneliness. Karen reaches for her hand. Olivia hesitates, then lets her mother hold it. Your father, he'd be proud. Not for the company. For this. For you. Olivia swallows hard, voice thin but steady. I hope so. I built the world he told me to, but I almost lost my heart doing it. Karen squeezes her hand. Then it's time to build something new, together. Olivia nods, a fragile truce, but a beginning. Internal Bennett Holdings Auditorium, 1 week later. Camera flashes paint the room in white bursts. Reporters murmur. Employees fill every seat, tension wrapped in curiosity. At the podium, Olivia looks composed. Navy suit, hair pinned back, the faintest smile. A week ago, I bought a company overnight. Today, I want to talk about what comes after headlines. The crowd quiets. Power without purpose becomes noise. I didn't want noise. I wanted clarity. So starting today, Bennett Holdings will launch the Rebuild Initiative, funding mentorships, startups, and education for those written off the same way I once was. Murmurs ripple through the room. Cameras flash again. To everyone who laughed at the table that night, thank you. You taught me to listen to the quiet. She steps back. Applause builds slowly, genuine, from the people who now understand the storm they work under belongs to a builder, not a destroyer. Offstage, Ryan waits, clipboard in hand, expression unreadable but proud. You just turned a corporate takeover into a redemption arc. Maybe that's the only ending worth watching. Internal Olivia's penthouse, night. City lights crawl across the windows. Olivia stands at the balcony, barefoot, wine glass untouched. The city skyline hums beneath her. No longer her battlefield, just a view. Her phone buzzes. Valerie. She stares at the screen, then answers. Valerie V.O. I resigned publicly. You saw the interview? I meant every word. You didn't have to show me mercy. Mercy isn't about you. It's about me. Being able to sleep. A small pause. Valerie V.O. I hope you do. For the first time in years? Maybe I will. She ends the call, sets the phone down, and exhales. The air feels lighter, almost kind. External city streets, late night. A black car glides through downtown. Ryan drives. Olivia sits beside him, window down, wind in her hair. Home? Olivia looks out. The city alive. Neon veins, strangers laughing at corners she used to cry on.
No, let's take the long way. Ryan smiles, nods. The car passes under rows of glowing streetlights, each reflection blurring past like memories she no longer needs to chase. Olivia V.O. Power isn't in the helicopter, or the headlines, or the empire. It's in knowing when to stop climbing and start breathing. Exterior Overlook Road, continuous. The car pulls over at a cliff edge overlooking the city. The skyline spreads beneath them, calm, infinite. Olivia steps out, wind brushing her hair. She looks up. The same sky her father told her to find when things hurt. Olivia V.O. I built everything they said I couldn't, but the only thing worth keeping is peace. She opens her wallet, pulls out the folded letter. For a moment, she just looks at it. Then she smiles, small, certain, and slips it back. The camera pans upward, from her face to the glowing city to the night sky swelling with stars. Fade out. Title card. Kindness isn't weakness. It's the strongest form of control. The end.